Hello pals, this video is going to be 10 tips that you have to know if you're going to play Palworld. If this video helps you, please like it, leave a silly comment for the algorithm, and don't subscribe to me. Alright, so I'm going to get to the first tip. So if you're at your base, and it's full, I know my base is empty right now, I just took all my pals out, but if it's full, keep in mind that you can use your regular pals just in your inventory to help out even if your base is already maxed out. Okay, another quick tip, it's probably a glitch. It's going to go away. If you right click on your food and put it into storage, it resets the timer. Okay, let's talk about stat points a little bit. A lot of people have been saying that the best stats to do is either health, stamina, weight, and work speed. Attack doesn't seem to go up very high. Seems a little pointless to me since the weapons is what is for scaling. I focus a little bit on weight because I always get over encumbered when I'm mining. Though that does in later games, later in the game, it doesn't really matter as much. Work speed definitely matters a little bit more later in the game. You'll find that there's a lot of things that you need to build that you'll need a higher work speed for. Though stamina is nice to have too. So really it's tough. You got to balance it out for your type of gameplay and how you feel. Okay, so I'm going to talk about flying mounts really quick. A lot of people aren't using them properly. So if you go straight with the flying mount, then you go up. All right, so I'm going to go up. Look how slow this is, okay? Watch. I'm going slow. I'm also using a lot of stamina. All right, so now let's go back down. By the way, another kind of little bonus tip. You can go down much faster if you just lose all your stamina rather than going down itself. But if you just press space, so wait for my stamina to go back up. If you just press space, go straight up. You go faster straight up than you do going on an angle. It makes a big difference doing it that way. All right, and I also found out that if you don't boost when you're flying, so I'm not boosting right now, and my stamina is going down a lot slower. You get a lot further if you don't boost. It's a lot slower, but you get a lot further if you don't boost than if you do boost. Okay, another tip I want to give is if you're sick of raiders and you don't want to fight them, if you actually log out, return the title when a raider comes to you and attacks, and you log back in, they'll be gone. All right, so that's just that's nice to know. Okay, another thing you should know is that you can actually slide in this game. So if when you're running downhill and you crouch, you can slide down the hill. A lot of people jump and they'll use their glider, and it's actually one of the fastest ways to move around in the game, even faster than most mounts. So yeah, if you're just running along, you see a hill, slide down that hill, jump, and you can glide, especially if you go over a cliff. A great way to glide down a cliff and go over and move really fast. Another thing that you might not know about, fire pals actually light up the area around you. So if you're early in the game and you caught a fire pal, I think an early fire pal is actually one of these guys, like this guy here. If you catch him and it's nighttime, throw him out, have him walk beside you. He lights up the area. Okay, another thing that you should know is that you don't need an axe to get trees. I think actually this is also counts for stone. You don't need an axe to get wood. You can actually just shoot your bow against it, and that will give you wood and fiber and whatever else that you need. I think it's also the same for the pickaxe. You can just chop away at it with the pickaxe. See, I am getting wood right now. Of course, it's not as efficient, but if you don't have your axe on you, it's good to know. Okay, another thing you should know is that eggs, they will respawn back in the same area. So if you find an egg, come back to the same spot, they will respawn in the same area. This is also pretty good to know if you are building a base. If you see a couple eggs in the area, maybe it's a good area to hang out. Another thing you should know is that it's the same for rocks when it comes to respawning. You want to go ahead and mine them out. Make sure you mine them in full, because if you sleep at night and the next day, they'll be back. Another thing you should know is when you're starting up the world, go down here and click World Settings before you log in. And here you can change your custom settings and you can manipulate anything you want. Your experience rate, the capture rate, day and night speed, nearly anything. What I like to do is I turned raid events off. I also increased the speed that my incubator incubated the eggs, so I got no more of those 24-hour eggs. Okay, so there's lots of different things here. I'm not going to go through it all, but you shouldn't be ashamed to do it. Do it in a way that makes it fun for you. All right, that's it. That's all the tips I got for you. If this video helped you, please like it, leave a silly comment for the algorithm, and don't subscribe to me.